This is the Dash Moto Dash 3. Look how light it is. I am super excited today. This is the Dash Moto 3. So Dash Moto sent this to me, and this is the very first time I've ever reviewed a three-wheeler electric scooter. Now, as you probably already know, I've never even done a mobility scooter before. And the reason being that every time I saw mobility scooters, they looked heavy, they were using lead acid batteries, they were just unwieldy. I just thought, you know what, these things are kind of not that great. But when I saw the design for the Dash Moto 3, I was blown away. And so I'm really curious, once you've seen this out of the box, share with me down in the comment, what do you see the use case scenario for this scooter? The obvious thing, of course, is aging parents. You know, I'm doing research for my father right now. I'm thinking like, this might be a really good fit for him. Maybe you're suffering from something where it's debilitating for you to be able to get around, or you have a relative or friend that suffers from being able to move around easily. Things like, and I've got a whole list of them here, vertigo, chronic fatigue syndrome, long COVID, arthritis, gout. And I just think that something like this could really just open it up and regain people's independence. So without further ado, also special thank you to Michael. What do you think of this? Isn't that kind of cool, right? Tim's Electric. Let's get this unboxed, and then I'm gonna do a full review. I'm gonna take it about, probably go through like downtown, maybe go into a mall, go along the seaside, that kind of thing, and really do put this thing right through the paces and share with you what I like and what I don't like about the Dash Moto 3. Let's get this box opened up. Oh, wow. Quick start guide and a user manual. And what is truly amazing, it's made out of carbon fiber. So it's super light, amazing. So the quick start guide is super easy, just a simple little release here. And this is all into position. Then it says to take the seat, which has the battery underneath it, and just slide that into place like so. And slide the display into position, snaps on there, and I think there's a power button somewhere. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we're good to go now. Next up, let's take it outside for a full review coming up now. We're gonna start today's video a little differently. The Dash Moto, like, who is this for? And that was the part that was a little bit perplexing to me. But sadly, what happened to me recently, back in the beginning of November, I tore my Achilles. Not a complete tear, thank goodness, but a partial tear of my Achilles that prevented me from walking, running, playing soccer, refereeing soccer, a whole bunch of things. And it got me thinking about mobility scooters and who they're actually for. Now, don't turn the video off. I know it's a mobility scooter, but this thing is pretty amazing. And the reason why it's amazing, I'm gonna go through. There are a bunch of things with regards to weight and the power and the range that are just extraordinary, but the founder's story I found remarkable. It really was an eye-opening experience. Now, what I mean by that is that you might be wondering, Tim, why would you need something like this? Well, you might need it if you've hurt yourself. And of course, as we age, it's entirely possible our mobility situation is going to change, where a mobility scooter might be useful. I also have aging parents. Scratch that, one aging parent. Sadly, my mom passed away this past summer. But my father, I mean, as he walks around the town that he lives in, I'm noticing that his mobility is decreasing. And he doesn't have the space for a great big mobility scooter. And so when I saw this, I just thought, this is amazing. It's really smooth and really lightweight. But anywho, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a full review. I've got Michael behind the camera. Thank you, Michael. We're going to go around Victoria. I'm going to show you some of the use cases for something like this. And I highly recommend you watch it all the way to the end. And if you have any questions, put those down in the comments. Let's talk about power. It's got a 500-watt motor at the front, dual hydraulic brakes at the back, super smooth. It's got three different types of modes, if you like. It's got walking mode, which has a top speed of this. It's got cruise mode, and that has a top speed of this, a little bit more power. And it's also got sport mode, which is kind of crazy. Got a cute little battery, just a 6 amp hour battery, 48 volt system, which is underneath the seat. And I gotta say, just sitting here, it's very, very relaxing. But the piece de resistance for this whole thing is that it is super, super light, which makes it amazing for throwing it in the trunk of a car. If you've got a family or a loved one, or you're just here yourself, you'd just like to have something that's super, super lightweight to deal with. This is remarkable. All carbon fiber frame makes it super light, and the seat, so there's the seat, and the seat has the battery inside it. And as I said, carbon fiber, it makes this super lightweight. Isn't that crazy? I mean, this is just, I know I'm a strong guy, but this is ridiculous. This is so crazy light. Absolutely love this. And it's folding too. Check out the folding. Just a little here. Folds down like so. And it clicks into place, which means that once it's folded, it takes up so much less room. Let's continue on. I'm going to share with you some other amazing little things with the Dash Moto 3. One of the things I'm noticing is the turning radius on this thing is crazy good. Look at this. But there's a hill up here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna put it into sport mode. I'm gonna give it the beans and see if it'll make it up. Now, I'm a heavy guy. I'm about 275 pounds right now. 270 pounds. Christmas is good to me. And anywho, let's find out. 500 watt motor, little battery, 48 volt system. Let's go. No problems whatsoever. And I gotta say, the hydraulic brakes, these are awesome. Love it. It's a different day, different sweater. Yesterday, things were going really, really well, but sadly, the microphone died. I didn't notice the microphone dying, so we're gonna continue on today. Thank you to Melissa being behind the camera today. It's going for a nice walk through the park, riding my Dash Moto. So one of the things I'm really enjoying about the Dash Moto is the cambered wheels, the negatively cambered wheels at the back. Just allows, when I'm going around corners and stuff like that, to be able to feel secure that I'm gonna get around the corner nicely. Number two thing that I wanna share with you was that I shot this cool little sequence in a garage of unloading and loading the Dash Moto. And when I was doing that, I was also talking about where did the idea for the Dash Moto come from? And it actually comes from the creator, as you can imagine. His name is Keneng, and he sadly had a motorcycle accident when he was younger and left him with a spinal cord injury, which is really, really sad. But what he did there was he took that opportunity then, and that story I found really quite interesting because he took that negative impact in his life and he came out with, what does he want in a mobility scooter? For him, it took him a long time, obviously, to put it all together, but he's come up with this remarkable piece of engineering. You know, like the fact that it's all carbon fiber, you know, hydraulic brakes, really nice clear display, super powerful 500 watt motor. If you need a little bit extra range, you can get that extra range. This particular battery, you can have double the size if you would like, and that's something you can do when you check out an order. But I think it speaks to something even more, and that is, I don't know about you, but maybe you're the person in the family, but I'm the guy in the family that people call when the computer dies. I'm the guy that my father's gonna call me when the internet's not working in his place. And I'm the guy that's gonna have to come up with a solution for him when he can't be mobile anymore, or we'd just like to improve the chances of his mobility. As people age, one of the biggest problems that you have is people falling over. When they fall over, that can have a real negative impact in their health, and it can be a real downward trajectory. So getting them safe, getting older people, getting people with physical limitations. You know, the max weight on this is about 350 pounds. The pegs here, super comfortable. I can just relax. There's that piece at the back here, just to allow me to relax as I ride around. And I'm absolutely thoroughly enjoying it.
It's been a while since we've been filming together, so we've got to do the word of the day, Tim. I would think, based on the story that you tell of the CEO's injury and what this three-wheeled electric scooter has brought back to his life, I would say the good word is liberation, getting mobile again. So yeah, that's the word of the day, liberation.
I'm going to show you the parking brake on this because I actually think this is awesome. But before I do, I did want to point out that a whole bunch of you aren't subscribed to the channel. So please do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel. It allows me to get exposure for this channel to other people that wouldn't necessarily find it. If you give it a like as well, that would be fantastic. Now, what's really cool, when I put the brake on, if I was to get up and walk away, we're on a downhill slope, you might not be able to tell, but it's got a little mini parking brake. And as soon as I get on, I can't actually, it doesn't go anywhere until I actually touch the throttle. And I can go forwards. I can also go backwards, which is super handy. So as I mentioned before, the walking mode's fantastic. As I'm walking along here with Melissa, it's absolutely lovely and easy to match her walking speed with this throttle. The next level up is the cruise mode, and the cruise mode is a lot more peppy. And then there's a sport mode, which is kind of crazy, 18 miles an hour. That's at about 30 kilometers an hour. So if you're gonna be doing 30 kilometers an hour on this thing, I'm gonna recommend you wear a helmet, but it's kind of fun. Anywho, I just wanted to share that with you. Oh, one other thing. It's so narrow. Like when I was riding it around, especially when I was going through the mall, the parking garage, the wheel width is so narrow, it allows you to be able to get into places really, really easily. Absolutely thought that was amazing. Love the color with this. And I'm just gonna slow down to a stop here and say, 2 thumbs up. Big guy approved. I absolutely love this.
Big guy approved.
Were there any negatives to this? One minor negative, and that is when you fold it up, the actual steering handle doesn't lock into place laterally. It just locks into place vertically. So, but that's a minor thing. Everything else about it is fabulous. I love the control that we have with the throttle. This throttle is absolutely fabulous and plenty of power. So if you've got to get somewhere really quickly, you absolutely can. So as I said, 2 big guy thumbs up, big guy approved. The Dash Moto. If you are interested in picking up a Dash Moto Dash 3 like this for yourself, for a family member, for a friend, I'm gonna put a link down below. If there are any discount coupons or anything like that, I'll put those down there. But check it out, it's pretty remarkable.